Alright, welcome back to SnowRunner, everybody. So at the end of the last episode, when I finished recording, I just recovered back to the garage, just so we could come back up this way and go back the opposite way to the other side of the map. So I just have a couple markers set up so that I know which way I'm going and I can get myself moving. Ignore that task up there, whatever contract task, whatever that's active. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just still exploring the map and clearing all the fog. Goal is to get all that done this episode and then potentially start working on whatever we can task-wise. Because like usual, I typically do tasks first, repair bridges, repair roads, things like that first. So that's what we'll tackle first. And then we'll start working on contracts, obviously, but typically I always repair roads and bridges first, and then, which those usually are tasks. Not always, but usually. So a lot of times it makes sense to do tasks first rather than do contracts, because like I said, if you have a road or a bridge that is not fixed, it's kind of a pain to maneuver around them, or you have to take long ways around, whereas fixing the bridges and the roads first can make your life way easier. We are using the wheel. If you're new here, I don't always use my wheel. If it's a long episode, like an hour long, and it has the wheel icon on the thumbnail, then that means I'm using my wheel. But if it's shorter, like 30 minutes, and it doesn't have the icon on the thumbnail, then it just means I'm just playing with the controller. Either I didn't have time to record an hour-long episode, or I just wasn't in the mood to set up my wheel, because I have to lug it up from my basement and set it up, and it's just a whole process. So, and it's heavy. It's on like a big metal stand that's real sturdy. And it's just, carrying it up the steps and then putting it away and taking it back down the steps is just a lot of work. So that's why typically when I do play with my wheel, I make them longer episodes so it's more worthwhile to do the whole setup and teardown process. And people have been enjoying it, to be honest. There's been some people that have watched like my entire 50 to an hour long minute, whatever, you know what I mean. There's been people that have watched the whole thing. That's for the Mac. I have not gotten that truck yet either. I have the Kenworth because I came here when I was doing I was looking at my watch for a second. I came here while I was working on Glades during the Glades playthrough, and I got the Kenworth because I wanted to try it out, but I didn't collect any upgrades for it, so it kind of really wasn't that good, so I just didn't really even end up using it that much. So once we get some upgrades for it, we'll definitely use it here. Same with the Mac. I haven't used the Mac at all, so I'd like to use that as well. I typically do use modded trucks. Well, my main workhorses are typically modded trucks. Like this is modded. It just has a little bit extra features, allows me to add some extra things to it, and it also... am I actually where I need... Yeah. Like for instance, this here, I know I mentioned this in the previous episode, but not everyone watches every episode, so we're going to mention it again. But I just have this little radar thing. You can see it right here on this cabin protector on the back of the truck. It works just like the little trailer you can tow behind your truck, but it's just attached to the truck, so I don't have to tow the trailer. It does still need gas or fuel, whatever you want to call it. So like you can see here, rooftop radar scanner, it has fuel, so every time you use it, it uses fuel, just like the trailer. So I don't really find it that, cheaty, I guess you could say. Not that there's really cheating in this game, because it's single player and There's no leaderboards. It means nothing. It's just a game people play for fun. I know some people don't like mods. Some people think mods make the game too easy, which I'm not disagreeing with them. They definitely do make the game easier, but I don't know. I really like the trucks I use, and they are powerful for sure, but I don't know. I prefer to have trucks that like can do anything, but then still have some vanilla trucks that are really fun to use. And I do use the vanilla trucks, so it's not that I don't use them. You will see me use vanilla trucks. Alright, so let's pop up here. We'll hit this watchtower. This watchtower might clear to the corner here, but we'll see. There's a ton of watchtowers on this map. But like some of my favorite vanilla trucks is like the Tega B. I also really like the what's another one I use a lot? I'm totally blanking on it right now. Okay. It did not. It did go further, but it did not go all the way to the corner. Okay, so let's... I think if we go... Well, we're going to turn around, because I want it to be fully done. So yeah, I mean, I use vanilla trucks. I just tend to use my modded trucks more, just because they're trucks I like the Zeke's trucks, like the 605R and the 612H, the Mastodon. I have modded versions of both of those. They're by the same person. I have the 605R linked in the description below. Same with this 750, and then Olsom's trailers are also down there. Those are the three main ones I use. I do have a couple other mods, like free logs you need typically when you have any kind of logging trailer add-ons. And then I have a bunch that I just don't have active because I only activate them if I really need them for something. But typically the three that I use the most are the ones that are linked below in my description. And the Mastodon version, you can find that just by searching that mod creator's other mods. You should find it in the list pretty easily. SnowRunner is really doing well on my channel though, like really doing well. So I definitely am trying to think of some other SnowRunner content I can come up with aside from, yeah, there's the corner. Aside from just, you know, this playthrough. I can't really do anything necessarily other than, you know, I could make more tips videos. I have like a Michigan tips video that has kind of blown up recently. I could make some other videos for like other regions. I have one for Kola Peninsula too. That one hasn't gotten that much traction though, but so yeah, the reason I made the Michigan one whenever SnowRunner got put on PlayStation Plus Extra, I figured there'd be a big influx of new players, so I made that video for starting out on Michigan, and it's done pretty well. It's literally my top performing video for weeks now. So if you're interested in it, go check it out. I just, you know, provide some tips that I have. I have some other tip videos that I want to make, at least one that's like a quick one that, you know, just like a handful of really quick, simple things that can just make SnowRunner easier or more enjoyable that a lot of people don't know about, especially new players. But I don't know, we'll get there. I just feel like I've had a lot going on lately, and I haven't been able to really do much else other than just put up what I've been putting up, so we'll eventually get around to it. Alright, there's that. I guess I need to drive back up and go this way. I started Spider-Man 2. I only really played the very intro of the game, which I feel like most people know this already, but if you don't know, then spoiler warning here. I'll give you a second to mute. But the first part of the game, you have this big battle against Sandman, and it's like super fun. You play as Peter and Miles at the same time. You switch back and forth between them a couple of times in the opening like scene of the game, basically. That's pretty cool, but that's basically all that I did. I didn't do anything else. It's about a 35-minute episode. But yeah, check it out. It should be live on, I believe that it should be live. If you're watching this now, it should be live tomorrow at 3 o'clock. So Cyberpunk is done. Phantom Liberty is completed. So that's all finished. I have all the DLC trophies now, so we're back to 100% completion on that. And you know, we're just playing SnowRunner like we do. Started British Columbia, started Spider-Man. We're gonna play all through Spider-Man and get all the trophies like I always do, and then we'll see what we move on to next. It may be Assassin's Creed Mirage, but I may have to find something else in between, because I don't want to start Mirage until I am finished platinuming Origins Odyssey, and then I have some DLC on Valhalla that I need to do. I already have the platinum for Valhalla, but I didn't do some of the later DLCs that had come out. So once I do that, then I'll play Mirage. And I know Mirage is supposed to be a smaller game compared to the Origins Odyssey Valhalla trilogy. And I know it's Basim from Valhalla that you play as, and I know it's in Baghdad. Like I know about it, but so I know there's no reason why I shouldn't play it, but I just don't want to. I've been playing. I literally have played through every single Assassin's Creed from Assassin's Creed 2, and have gotten all of the trophies in every single game in order from release. And that's not to say that it's like first time ever playing them. I've played Assassin's Creed 2 way back in the day. I played Brotherhood, I played Revelations, but they were all on a different PSN. I changed my PSN when the PS4 came out, and when I got a PS4. And back then you couldn't change your name yet, so that was why I didn't just change my name. So, yeah, I basically just wanted to get those platinums again, and then I just, you know, it was something I've wanted to do for a while, especially because they're on PlayStation Plus Extra. You can pretty much play every single Assassin's Creed game for free, essentially, aside from Valhalla. Valhalla's not on there, but every other one is, so it's super cool. I'm on Origins right now. It's a huge game. I have played Origins before. I actually almost finished Origins back when I played it before, so I do have a handful of the trophies already on this account. But I've been popping some the past couple days that I had never popped, so we're back to getting them. If you do check out my PSN profiles, you'll see that a lot of them, like the earlier Assassin's Creeds, it only took me like a week or so to platinum them because it was the first time I ever played them on this account. But like for Black Flag, Syndicate, those say it took me like 8 years and like 9 years to platinum them, and that's just because when I had played them back in the day, I never finished them. So, you know, obviously playing them again, like I played through the whole game again. I didn't just like download my save file. I played through the whole game again and got all the trophies. So it's been super fun. I've really been enjoying it. And if you've never played Assassin's Creed games, I would very much recommend it. They're very fun. It's really funny too because like they all, if you play them in like the order of release, which I think personally is the best way to do it. I think trying to follow the Assassin's Creed timeline and play them in order of like timeline is really dumb, because you're gonna play Origins first, I believe, or maybe no, I think Odyssey would technically be first, and then Origins. So like those games are relatively new. They're only, I think Origins came out in 2018 or 2017 maybe. So they're not that old. They're like 5-6 year old games. And then like you're gonna go all the way back to like Assassin's Creed 2, which is like a 12-year-old game, if not more, maybe 13-14-year-old game, I don't know. So it's just like, it's gonna be a huge difference. In the combat in like Origins and Odyssey and Valhalla is very much different than the combat that is in the earlier Assassin's Creed games. The combat's very basic in the earlier games, and it definitely gets more challenging in the newer games. So like you kind of see the progression, and like it's really funny. Like you'll see like things that they change, like things from one game that was in that like players really didn't like, that they took out for the next game, but they added something new, and then like that new thing kind of sticks around for a couple of games, and then like that ends up disappearing, and then like something new comes in. Like it's just really funny how it all works out, and how you like play through them, and what's happening here. But yeah, I'd strongly recommend playing through them in release order rather than timeline order. Because I don't know about you, but I'm fine playing an older game, but I'm not going to play a newer game in the series because it takes place before the older game. I'm going to play them in order of release just because, like, if you play a nice new refined game that has really smooth refined controls, and then you go back to an older game that has very clunky controls, clunky movement, it's just like, it's not as fun. I'd rather play the clunky game first and then move on to the newer game where it's more refined and feels so much newer and fresher. It's just a more enjoyable way to play it, in my opinion. But I've actually considered going back and playing the Infamous games, because like I have the platinum for Second Son, but I don't think I have the platinum for Infamous 1 or Festival of Blood, I think it was called. And then Infamous 2, I don't think I ever got the platinum for either. And if I did, I never played them on this account. It would be on my old account, which I think I did platinum them on my old account. But Second Son was a PS4 release, so that was like one of the first games I platinumed on this account. So I probably won't replay Second Son, obviously, because I've platinumed the game, but I don't know, I might go back and play the other two games. I hate how this truck keeps moving like that. Alright, that's the edge of the map there, yep. Okay, so we just need to go back down. Pretty much hitting the rest of these watchtowers should clear the map. But yeah, so once I finish Assassin's Creed, and again, I'm probably not going to record those and put them on the channel, just same with Assassin's Creed. Now, if they ever came out with a new Infamous, I would definitely play it, but I don't think Sucker Punch will ever do that. Sucker Punch is too invested in Ghost of Tsushima, which I'm pretty sure they're making a sequel for that. But it's unfortunate because Infamous was an amazing game back in the day when it came out. It was like so unique and just, it was very, very fun. But I know they're old too. Like the first Infamous came out in like 2008, I think, or 2007, somewhere around there. I think it was 2008 because I'm pretty sure I was in college when it came out. It was 2008 or 2009. I remember playing that when I lived in Florida, going to college. So that and Prototype. If I could play Prototype again, that would be sick too. I'll have to see if that's playable for me. It may not be, because those were PS3 games. So actually, I don't even know if I could play them. I do still have Premium, but I am going to drop Premium. My PlayStation Plus subscription renews in January. And I'm going to drop down to Extra, because I just don't use the Premium features, and the price went up anyway. So Premium is like $160 now. It's crazy, and I don't know. It's just not worth it to me. If I'm not using the streaming service or the classic catalog, then why am I playing it, you know, or paying for it? So I'm just going to drop down to Extra, which is about, I think it's a little more than Premium originally was. I think it's like $130 now or something like that. But that's at least, you know, a little more, you know, digestible than $160 for something that I'm not really using, you know. I don't know, we'll see though. I'll probably end up forgetting and get charged anyways, so, you know, it's the story of my life. Alright, let's go. Man, there are so many watchtowers. It's crazy. There's 22 watchtowers. I mean, obviously, that's both maps. I understand that, but, like, it's just great. I've already gotten 11 of them. Also, I am 3 subs away from 500, so if you are not subbed and you like my content, definitely subscribe. I'd appreciate it. I don't know that I will... I mean, I'll probably... At 500, I can apply for, like, a membership button and stuff, which I might do it. I don't expect anyone to do it, because I don't really know what I could even offer for members, just because I already don't really, what is all this? It's kind of cool. Alright, where should we go first? Let's go up, because this looks really cool. So we're gonna go up. It's obviously a racetrack. I mean, I gather that. I mean, I know this is like a ski resort. Oh, there's actually an upgrade right here too. Grab that. I know this is like a ski resort, because there's like a gondola lift you have to repair. I gotta get to that watchtower somehow. We'll see if I can get to it from there. Where we at? Time-wise, 24 minutes. It's not bad. We should be able to get this defog in the next 10 minutes, and then we'll be able to do something, maybe repair some bridges or something. Start working on getting our infrastructure and roads back up so that we can navigate the map easier for anything else we need to do. big #1 tip in SnowRunner is always fix your roads and bridges first. That should be the first thing you do, aside from, like, you know, defogging and exploring the whole map, picking up tasks and whatnot. But repairing bridges and roads is probably the most important thing you can do, starting out on a map. Forgot about this. Oh, there's the engine for the Kenworth. That's the best engine, I believe, the Wanderer engine. So they really have to put these signs here? Like, what the hell? I just think it's so funny that they put races in this game when, like, this game is not made for you to go fast in at all. Like, the Tennessee region is fucking awful. Just driving around the same freaking thing over and over and over. Is this a contest? Yes, it is. So we're just gonna pick it up. And then I'm just gonna disable it, because I don't want to do it right now. Alright, let me just see here. Where do I... I'm just going to use my controller for a sec. Because it's a little easier to be a little bit more precise with the controller. We got to figure out how to get over to this watchtower. Let's just scan. Just so that, because I mean, I'm picking up the watchtowers anyway, but I didn't do shit. I didn't let it finish. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so that watchtower will finish that, that watchtower will finish that. Alright, I gotta figure out how to get to this watchtower here. I should be able to turn and go over there somewhere up here. Damn, look at this janky bridge. These bridges are so slippery, too. Wow, that's janky, man. This is a pretty sketchy road right here. I think I'm just gonna have to try and go for it, because I don't... Doesn't really seem like there's any good opening. I mean, in all reality, this truck should be able to do it. It's really only the rocks that are gonna give me trouble. Okay. Now I gotta get out of here, which is gonna be just as fun. Let's make it daytime so I can see. Let's try going up this way. Looks like there's a path here. Alright, we made it. Okay, so now I guess we just follow the road. Oh, it's gonna take us. Alright, let's turn around and go down that hill. Still pretty good on time. Okay. If you're curious, you can tell if I'm using the wheel or if I'm using the controller on the right side of the screen, where you can see like the shift, the gears, and like the all-wheel drive and the handbrake. If you can see the paddles here, like that, you know, the little like paddle icons, that means I'm actively using the wheel. But if you see like L1 and R1, that means I'm using the controller. So I have a controller right beside me that's on. As long as if I touch anything on the controller, any button, move a stick, whatever, it automatically switches to the controller. So it's really easy and it switches really seamlessly. And same thing with the wheel. If you push a pedal or whatever, it'll switch back to the wheel. Wow, this is a steep hill. Bet you could pick up some hella speed coming down here. Alright, tools for the lift. This is where we need to go anyway. Am I going the right way? Nope. Typical Adam. Driving around not knowing where he's going. These are the last two watchtowers here. Yeah, that's actually the way we want to go. There's rock slide. We should be able to, I don't know, we might be able to get through that. We'll see. And yeah, that's the last watchtower, and that'll be the whole map cleared out. You can see it's a perfect square. Love it. Alright. And then once we do this, we'll just recover back to the garage. We'll get out probably our Zeeks for now and start doing some jobs. easy enough to get past. And this is probably the one that's going to be hard to get by, but I'm hoping I can get by it. Hell yeah, brother. That is what I call snow running. Freaking spider truck over here. And let's pick that up. I didn't go there, that's the only bad thing. Actually, I might just leave this truck sit here so that I can run up there and collect those. I mean, I know I've missed some. Like, I know I didn't get every single task, but I'd like to try to collect as much of them as I can so that I don't have to run around and get them later. Alright, so we'll just do that, and then we will jump into the garage. I need to get out my 605R. Garage. Now, there is no trailer. There is a trailer store, it's just kind of far away. It's like all the way over there. Not impossible to get to, but also not real close. Okay, so I think the first thing we need to do is... that bridge is probably smart to fix. There's infinite metal beams there, it looks like. So yeah, I guess we could drive over there and we could fix that bridge. Sawmill Bridge. Those are logs. South City Bridge. There's our wooden planks. Where do we get wooden planks? From the sawmill. They're available there. It's going to be kind of hard to get over here though, because I don't have that unlocked. Which, how do I unlock that? I don't know how you unlock it. Oh, okay, that's how. So yeah, let's do that. Let's fix the North City Bridge, and then if we have time, we'll make our way over here. Oh, I can't get past that rock slide. What do I need for that rock slide? Concrete slabs, which I can't get. I mean, I could take this path up here, but we need to go get a trailer. So yeah, let's just do, we're gonna do the North City Bridge. That may end up being all we get done. But like I said, I need to get a trailer, and this is basically where we can get one. So I just basically need to follow this road. That's really all there is to it. Whoops. But yeah, so we're gonna get this done. If I have time and I can figure out a way to get over to get this ferry going, I will. Although I think you can just drive along the water on the one side. I feel like I remember reading that. on the subreddit. Someone was saying that the ferry's totally useless because it costs money to use, I believe. Not that it matters, I have plenty of money, but I do believe it costs money to use. But we've got about 20-ish, 15, 20-ish minutes left on this episode, and this will probably take about 10, I'd say, so we probably won't have time, but I'll at least see what I can do. And like, I know that's a contract, but sometimes those kinds of things are important to do too, because that's essentially a way across the map, like a bridge, or you're basically making it easier traversal for yourself. So pick this up, because I don't think I picked this up. Oh, I did. Okay. I know I remember whenever I played this map just to get to Kenworth, I did pick up a couple of the tasks that I drove by, but I didn't do any of them. The only one I did was the Kenworth. Actually, there is a stuck truck up here. Maybe we'll do that. It might be the Mac. If it is the Mac, I'll do that, because I want the Mac. Which, little something about Mac. I live really close to like a Mac Volvo. What's it called? Like where they basically like assemble, and they're all on strike. You drive past like the entrances, and they're just like all standing out there with signs on strike. Because I know it's union based. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if everywhere they're on strike, or if it's just specifically this location is on strike. I would assume it's probably everywhere, because unions are usually much larger than just one area. But I don't know much about unions, but they're all on strike. Like, they'll be standing out there in like the rain, freaking cold. Like, it's crazy. It's dedication. And like, you don't get paid when you're on strike, right? Like, I don't understand how that works. Like, I get why they're on strike. Obviously, I think it usually has to do with pay. They probably want paid more. But like, I don't know. I just feel like you're not getting paid at all if you're on strike, right? Or do they still have to get paid even though they're on strike? Not sure how that works. Trailer store is right here. You know what I would like to see them do? I'd like a region where you have to like like there's like an amusement park or something, and you have to like deliver roller coaster tracks. That would be so sick. And it's not unreasonable. They've kind of moved away from like the natural disaster. I mean, it still tends to be natural disasters, but they kind of moved away from like the whole like apocalypse type thing. I mean, I guess it never really was, but I mean, the world feels very empty, but it feels like the later regions, like especially this one, is more, you know, and like Tennessee too, because it's obviously like a race. Like this feels like it's, you know, supposed to be more like that people still exist in this area. So it would be cool if we got like a region that has like a roller coaster and like an amusement park, and like the park wants to build a new roller coaster, and I don't know how it would happen, but maybe there was like a flood and like parts got, you had to figure out a way to deliver the parts to the roller coaster because the flood waters haven't gone away. I don't know, something. It would just be cool. I love roller coasters. I always am checking out like updates on things like the Top Thrill Dragster being turned into Top Thrill 2. I watch those construction updates every time they get posted. Typically it's Lake Erie Lifestyles. Shout out to them. Probably have like the best content on that because they use drone footage and everything, and it's really, really good. Good quality footage. They get real close to like the track so you can see it. It's just really neat. I am lucky enough to have ridden Top Thrill Dragster pretty much back when it was like brand new. I rode it in 2003, 2004, one of those years. I've rode it. I've only ever ridden it once, but I did ride it, and it was great. I love Intamin. Intamin launch coasters are like some of my favorite, especially their hydraulic launch. Rest in peace. But Intamin just has the best launches in my opinion. I just love them, especially the hydraulic launch. I mean, I've done an S&S air-powered launch because I have ridden, which it's defunct. You can't ride it anymore. It doesn't exist. At least I don't think so. But King's Dominion, back before it was owned by Cedar Fair, it was Paramount King's Dominion. It had a roller coaster called the Hypersonic XLC, and that was one of the first like air-powered launch coasters. And that was a pretty punchy launch too, but I don't know, nothing beats the hydraulic launch. And luckily there's still a couple of them around. There's King Ka, which obviously is like basically a clone of Top Thrill Dragster, but it has some slight differences. It has like the little airtime hill at the end, and it goes faster and taller by like, you know, mediocre amounts, but hold on, let me figure out what I need to do here. So I just need to go back that road, right? Yeah. And then we'll see if we can do that stuck truck. But yeah, so there's King Ka, and then there's StormRunner in Hershey Park, which is still a hydraulic launch, but it's obviously a way different layout, not nearly as fast or high, but still an absolute banger of a ride. I love StormRunner. Hershey Park is kind of like my local park to me. It's about an hour 20 minutes away, depending on traffic. And my family, like my wife and my two boys, we just went. When was that? It was like back at the beginning of October, I think. Because we stayed pretty much all day. Well, we got there at like noon. They didn't open till noon. And then we stayed pretty much until closing. Like it was a Dark Nights event, so like it was their Halloween event. My boys love it. They think that kind of stuff is so cool. So, but it was a lot of fun. I talked about that in a SnowRunner video. It was probably in Ontario. I don't know which episode, but I did finally get to ride Wildcat's Revenge, which was originally Wildcat, and it got converted by RMC into Wildcat's Revenge, and it was incredible. It was my very first RMC, and I'm kind of happy it was at like my home park, essentially, on probably one of my first ever like big roller coasters, because I remember being young and I used to ride Wildcat all the time with my dad, because my dad gets motion sickness, pretty easily, and for some, like, Wildcat didn't really bother him, but I was always really short as a kid. I mean, I'm like 6 feet tall now, but when I was younger, I was always short, and I mean, I have an older sister and an older brother. My sister is only 4 years older than me, and my brother is like 17 months older than me, so they're not that much older, but obviously they were taller than me, and they were able to ride, you know, everything there when I was maybe 10-ish, somewhere around there, and I still wasn't tall enough to ride like Great Bear and, you know, some of the bigger rides that I like wanted to ride, because I was a huge roller coaster enthusiast when I was little. I mean, I still love roller coasters now, but I was way more into them when I was younger. I knew everything about every roller coaster, like everywhere. It was wild. But I would cry because I couldn't ride roller coasters if I wasn't tall enough. Like, I would literally cry. And my dad would just take me to Wildcat, and we would just ride Wildcat all the time. And Wildcat got really rough, so like it wasn't even enjoyable to ride anymore, like, as I got older. And it really desperately needed to be converted to RMC. People have been asking for it for years, and it finally happened. But it's incredible. It really is. And I'm really glad it was my first RMC. Alright, how's our time? Yeah, we don't really have time. Let's drive over there, though. And we'll see if it's the Mac, and that's what we'll probably start out next episode with. I'll just leave this trailer attached. It's not going to hurt anything. It's going to be a little bit of a pain in the butt, but I just don't want to miss that. I'll drive right past it. I do it all the time. I really need to find a good racing game that I can play. I mean, I know there's Gran Turismo, but like, I'm just like half, like, and this is terrible of me, but like, I don't want to do it because I want to platinum it, and I know Gran Turismo games are just really difficult to platinum. Like, I was trying it with GT Sport a while back, and I just kind of gave up because like some of the trophies are just ridiculous, and I'm pretty sure that game's going to be unobtainable really soon. I don't think there's much time left. I think they're shutting servers down for something on that game. And one of the trophies is going to be unobtainable, so you're not going to be able to platinum it anymore. And that sucks, because that's a trophy list that'll just forever be, you know, not 100% for me, which I don't ever think I'll ever go back and get all of the games done that I don't have 100%. Some of them aren't possible anymore. I do have some that I can't get. But there's also just... Why am I not moving? How am I high-centered on something? Okay, stop going backwards. That's really bad. I just want to go out here and see what truck this is and pick up the task. But we got to end this episode. Oh, actually, I think, is that where we're headed right now? Oh, it is. Okay, never mind. So yeah, it's the Ford CLT. So we'll do that in the next episode. I mean, I'm still just going to kind of head over here, but I'm going to end this right here. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to, and I will catch you in the next episode. Have a good one.